Let's see.
He hit 307 in the month of July.
Oh, did he? Yeah, and he's hitting 356 in his last 10, and he is healthy, so I guess he has been hitting lately. So another
Problem
guy.
is we already kind of got a log jam at first base.
Yeah, I mean, Moreland could conceivably be dealt, maybe at the halfway point next year if someone like Travis or Chavis is killing it. That's a contract that we could potentially do away with, but
we have CJ Chatham playing short down in Salem, but he's hitting 300 with I think it's 341 OBP, but if you're hitting 300 in Salem, it's a little hard.
Yeah, and that's still pretty
he's
far away.
He's still in high A, so.
Is that high A? I thought Greensboro was high A.
It's got A+, so.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It's all good.
Yeah. Let's see. Gary Sanchez with the Yankees, still nothing imminent on him, I don't think.
No, I think we thought initially that it was basically punishment, but maybe he's actually hurt.
Yeah, I think he is actually, because they wouldn't keep him down there this long and have it be hush hush. I don't think. But
yeah, no.
He did go out in a terrible way, though. I mean, that lack of hustle, on the defensive play there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then the way the game ended with him, not running down the line.
Well, he's one of those that, we have David Price huggers and people like that. I mean, even we have Brock Holt huggers for some reason. But Gary Sanchez is a guy that I feel like Yankee fans got attached to, and they're like, oh, he's the next Thurman Munson. He's going to be the next big thing, and he's hitting 188.
Yeah,
is that what you want, a bad defensive catcher?
Yeah, exactly. And maybe if they got him...
That's the thing.
Remember when Bogarts got shipped over to third for, I don't know, was it a month or so, and he just sucked at the plate? I just feel like if they took Sanchez out of catching and just took that weight off his shoulders, he might turn into an absolute monster as a DH or maybe a first baseman. I mean, if Hanley can do it, Sanchez should be able to. But yeah, so I don't know. He's not a catcher to me, and there are some Yankee fans that'll defend the fact that he is or whatever, and I'm like,
oh, but he's got just like this excellent arm. Well, It doesn't really matter if he can't catch the ball and then throw it.
Exactly,
he's got to catch the ball. It's called catcher for a reason.
Yeah, he's just terrible, and he's going to cost them games. So, yeah, and also, I mean, is it ironic that he was, at least his act was together when Girardi was there, but then he leaves, Boone shows up, and he's just an absolute clown show?
That place is a shit show.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's no leadership in that locker room. Gardy tries to be that guy, but that place is obviously just out of control.
Yeah.
Whereas our locker room seems to be like everybody loves each other.
I know.
That may be our perspective. It's really weird. It's
like they hold hands and, whatever.
Let's all go play video games together.
Yeah, exactly.
I've always wondered what the cliques were in the locker room. Because, Devers doesn't speak English, Maybe he talks to Nunez and people like that.
Nunez, Cora. I want to say Bogarts is probably fluent in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's enough of them. Does JD speak Spanish?
I don't think so.
No? Yeah, he might not. But, yeah, and he probably knows more English than what they're letting on. I mean,
like Cespedes, Cespedes doesn't talk English to the media because he's not confident and he doesn't want people to make fun of him.
Yeah, exactly. But you get him behind the scenes
with his friends.
Yeah, it's a different ball game. Yeah,
that's got to be terrifying.
Yeah, yeah. I do speak a little bit of Spanish, not a lot, but I do better when I
can understand it. I live down here, so obviously.
Yeah, right. So I read it better than I can interpret it because they say it too fast, and I just can't keep up that way. But
it's so fast.
Yeah. back when I was a corrections officer, they kind of knew that I spoke it a little, but then they'd bring me down to the intake unit for a guy who was just arrested on like an immigration hold or whatever, and they're trying to make me like get his medical information. I'm like, that is like way too advanced for me. Like, I don't know any medical terms, drugs or whatever. So I'm like, you guys are gonna have to find someone that can do that. I'm like, I can get where he's from, his name, his basic information, but don't ask me, what he takes for insulin or whatever, because I don't know what the hell any of that is. But yeah,
Red Sox stats, who gets a shout out on the show a lot. He just made me laugh out loud. He says, "Don't know if I can take much more of this losing."
Who said that? Red
Sox stats, who Dave mentions like every other show.
Oh, okay.
Cracks me up.
Yeah, they actually. Chris is done. He just texted me.
Okay.
Yeah. That guy blocked me for whatever reason. It must be my negative shtick. Yeah. So.
Probably.
Oh well. Yeah, that's fine. But I hear he does do a good job, and a lot of people.
Like yesterday. Okay. The Red Sox go on a 47-game losing streak. They will not finish below 500.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that around, actually. That's crazy. Yeah. We're still at 80, aren't we, after tonight?
81.
Oh, 81. Yeah. So, right. Yeah. So we can't fall below 500. One more Yankee injury. Who is it?
What?
I thought there was a third Yankee injury. No?
Well, we thought it was Severino there for a second, but he's fine.
Yeah.
Do we think Chapman's hurt?
Well,
or is he just struggling?
Yeah, I mean, he's getting older. I mean, you can't throw 104 forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jordan Hicks is the next Aroldis Chapman. He'll have like a good career until he's 28, throwing 104, and then it'll be done. It'll be done. Kopech is another one.
Yeah, and some of those guys might have Tommy John because Bauer was saying how Chapman's mechanics are perfect, and
oh yeah, no, he's textbook.
Yeah, so he that's how he's avoided that anyway. So it's just a matter of adapting. I mean, Papelbon stuck around probably 3 or 4 more years than what a lot of guys would have, with his arsenal, and found a way to still be somewhat relevant. And I think Chapman's smart. I hate Chapman, though. I mean, on and off the field, I don't like him, but he is talented, and I'm sure he'll figure it out. And still, serve out that contract anyway. Speaking of, I mean, let's get back to Kimbrel real quick. I definitely don't want him back. I mean, I don't really care what he does from here out. I
know that's an unpopular opinion too. I don't really want him back either.
Yeah. I mean,
I know that's insane to say about a future Hall of Fame closer the way he's going, but
I just don't.
I don't think he does much more than what Thornburg does now.
Yeah, and I don't think Boston is the place for him anyway.
Atlanta. He needs to go back to Atlanta.
That's what I think is going to happen. I mean, why the hell not?
At this point, I'm like dead set on it. A lot like I am with Harper to Philly.
Yeah. One of the guys on Facebook Live likes to point out Dave's favorite player, or favorite draftee, I should say, Durbin Feltman. He could make an impact. How long's Brazier under
well,
control?
That's not even the one that I would bring up. The one that I would bring up is Lakins.
Yeah,
he just got moved to AAA. He has been a monster.
Right. It's been like at least a week since I've checked, but he had like 27 straight scoreless innings, something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it might be in the.
Let's see. I just saw a stat on it. I was scrolling through Red Sox stats. Travis Lakins. This was posted yesterday. 1 2/3 innings, 4 Ks, 9 swings and misses in AAA.
Wow. So that could be an interesting possibility. Another guy I think that's finally getting back from injury maybe is Austin Maddox. Was kind
that's
of
your boy.
Yeah, kind of an intriguing thing, but I don't know if he'll be able to figure it out, with this little time left. But But Lakins, you're right, is an interesting possibility, and he was, I think, converted this year from a starter to a reliever. So, September could be an interesting month as far as that goes. But if we do let Kimbrel go, I'm confident that
we'll be okay.
At least until the trade deadline next year. I think we can tread water and come up with some solutions. But
here's the thing for people to think about, okay? You're going to pay, because his market's going to be around $20 million, because the market always bloats a little bit, and especially with the Harper and Machado contracts coming up, the market's going to increase even more. Wade Davis is getting paid around $18 million, and Aroldis Chapman is getting paid around, I think, $17.5. So it's going to increase, obviously. Kimbrel's not going to win the Rolaids or the Mariano Rivera Relief Award this year, obviously, because Edwin Diaz is just lights out in Seattle.
Yeah, he is.
But he's going to get that $20 million. Do you really want to pay around $20 million for a closer when you could have Tyler Thornburg on his contract, and Lakins and Feltman and people like that on the roster, and basically have a whole first half of the season to find a true closer?
I do not want that to happen because, we have to prioritize Sale, maybe even Porcello, Bogarts. Those three come up
exactly
in the same year.
We're already in danger of going over basically the luxury tax.
Right. And a lot of money does come off the books after next season because the Panda contract's gone. The Haley contract goes this year. Yeah, and I don't know about Rusney, but a lot of money definitely comes off, and like you said, there's just so many in-house solutions. I just don't feel like, I don't think it would be smart to bring Kimbrel back. And you bring up two guys that were really interesting. Let's see, it was Wade Davis is making, did you say 18 a year?
18
in
Colorado.
That's short-term, high annual value short-term, because that was only a 3-year deal. Or you could go, 17 and a half over, I think it's 5 or 6 years with Chapman. So it'll be interesting to see where Kimbrel lands in there. We know the value annually will be high. Just how many years does he get at that point? So, and who knows? If he doesn't figure this out and just kind of scuffles and gets knocked around in a key situation, then
Feltman's the real deal. We've already pretty much kind of sat on that one for sure. Me and Dave have, at least. And then Lakins continues to look good at every single level this year. So why not take chances on guys in the house?
Right.
Instead of paying $20 million for a guy that you could put on a Sale contract, on a Betts contract, on a Bogarts contract, people like that.
Right. What's realistically, do we have a chance to sign Sale and Bogarts?
Yeah, absolutely.
You think we could? Yeah, and then
I don't think Sale's going to ask for. I think Sale will ask for a little bit more than what he gets now, because I think he genuinely loves it here.
Yeah,
I think he loves the competitive spirit. The management this year has been phenomenal to him. They've even given him a start or two off, which is going to help him. And especially if we win a World Series, that's more incentive to take a pay cut and only get better.
Well, he actually only makes, I think, $12 million a year, so he's going to easily double that. And
yeah,
I think he might be up around 30 annually. It's just whether or not like a 6-year deal gets that done, 5 or 6 years, whatever it is. I think he.
But here's the thing: after next year too, right? Porcello's contract comes off the book.
Right. Yeah.
So that's another big $20 million deal off the book. So it's another bit of money that goes towards Bogarts, Betts, Sale.
I don't think they're going to sign all three, though. I think only 2 best case, and then.
Well, if one of them leaves, they're going to prioritize the 2 best ones. Obviously being AL MVP candidate and probably future AL MVP Mookie Betts, and possibly future Cy Young winner Chris Sale.
Right.
Which doesn't bother me. I'm not a Bogarts guy.
Yeah. I'm just concerned, like I said, he could be along the